So that monthly fee you're paying is basically the cost of the phone broken down either 12, 24, 30 months, depending on what type of installment plan you're on. Or you might be using the Apple Card, which has its own monthly installment plan that lets you break down the cost of an iPhone. Basically, let's say it's $1,000. You're paying $1,000 divided by 12, and then when that's done, you own the phone and you can do whatever you want with it. This new program that Apple's working on is a true subscription service. So you would be paying a monthly fee for the phone, and that monthly fee is not the $1,000 divided by 12 or 24. That's just a monthly fee to have access to the device. It's no different than a car lease. A car lease price is not the price of the car divided by how many years your lease is for, right? It's a monthly fee, no different than paying for iCloud or Apple Music or Netflix.
So you're basically renting the device, and presumably there's an option to buy it later with the amount that you paid deducted from the actual price. What kinds of customers is Apple looking to entice with a subscription plan that it doesn't already attract with the different plans that you had already outlined for us?
Yeah, it's basically anyone, any iPhone buyer, right? Like I might use this for my next iPhone too. Instead of having to pay that $1,000, $1,500, what have you, with tax up front, you'd be paying a monthly fee, right? And that's a lot more digestible. Right now, people are paying on installment plans between $30 and I think $60 a month for an iPhone. And for this process, it would probably be a little bit less than that, maybe $20 or $30 per month, right? But who knows at this point? It's a little too early to find out, how much they're actually going to charge.
Yeah, but I mean, the iPhone is a big deal for Apple, as you know, very intimately, Mark. It's a big portion of their sales, generating nearly $192 billion last year alone. Why change up the formula then? Why make it easier to swap out for a better model when right now, us millennials can ask our parents to help us get the new latest iPhone model, and then Apple's making double for each iPhone user?
Yeah, well, I'm very jealous if your parents, for anyone whose parents buy them iPhones.
Hypothetically, yeah, that's a hypothetical that does not apply to me,
hypothetically.
by the way.
But this is about long-term revenue, right? Let's say someone buys an iPhone and they don't buy another iPhone for, 4 or 5 years, 3 years, right? This way they're creating more recurring revenue. They're keeping people locked in the ecosystem, and this is going to add up. Maybe you're paying $30 a month for an iPhone, then another $30 a month for an iPad, maybe $50 or $100 a month for a Mac and a display and AirPods, right? Mm-hmm. Generating more recurring revenue is very good business. It means that income does not stop for Apple. And this is likely going to increase revenue over time. Now, you've seen Peloton. They're trying this now, $60 to $100 a month for a Peloton bike, and I think that's going to be hugely successful. So it makes a lot of sense that Apple's doing this, and they're going to make a ton of more money because of it.
Yeah, but Peloton and Apple are in very different situations, aren't they? I mean, Apple has a runway, and it certainly has market share. Peloton is kind of hanging on for dear life. My question to you, Mark, is you compared this to a car leasing program. For automakers who lease cars, they have a finance unit or a finance business that takes care of the financing. Is Apple going to have its own financing unit, or is it going to continue to work with banks like Citizens One, which it works with right now for the iPhone upgrade program, or Goldman Sachs because they have the Apple Card together, and you can also buy your iPhone through the Apple Card and have the payments split up?
So this will use your Apple ID or your App Store account, right? So this will be charging you monthly to the credit card you already have on file, or the debit card or checking account or PayPal account you already have on file. It's going to be no different than paying for Apple Music or iCloud. In terms of the financing, more to come on that.
Okay, and another question here. When you wrote this story, the headline crossed, and we saw the stock pop immediately on the news, and it's actually held on to the gains, and it's now, the stock is up for 9 straight days. What is it specifically about news of this plan that investors seem to respond to?
Investors like recurring revenue, right? Today, if I walk into an Apple store and I pay $1,000 for an iPhone, the relationship with me and Apple, for all intents and purposes, is over. Instead, I can pay $30 a month for the next 5 years, and that would generate more guaranteed income for Apple. That's what investors like. They like more revenue. They like higher multiples. So
And
this
they
is a
like
good
that
thing for
predictable
investors.
revenue too, as opposed to
That's
once
what it
every
is. It's really the
couple of years.
predictable. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like it's a guarantee that I'm going to get a new iPhone every year if I'm subscribing.
Right, it's locked and loaded. I wonder if Apple is looking to create even more of a bundle. You mentioned a little bit about that, Mark, but could we see a situation where I get to pay maybe, let's say, $50 a month, and with that, I get to pick and choose what I get out of that, right? I get my phone, maybe I get Apple TV and Apple Music, but I opt out of the iCloud or something.
Are you talking
like
about
that.
a bundle, Maddie?
A bundle, but can I pick and choose my bundle moving forward? Is that a possibility?
So right now they have Apple One, and you do have 3 different options depending if you want Fitness Plus, depending on how much iCloud storage you want, depending if you want gaming, Apple Arcade. This comes with Apple Music and Apple TV Plus at the core, of course, and a little bit of iCloud storage at the baseline. They have their normal Apple One package, they have the Apple One Family package, they have the Apple One Premier package. So that's their services bundles. This would likely integrate with that for an all-in-one package, in addition to Apple Care as part of Apple One for the first time as well.
Oh, so many more payments to Apple. I already have too many to go on.
As long as we're still funding Ted Lasso, I don't really care what else Apple does. I know that's music to your ears,
funny.
Mark, as the Apple reporter.
Yes, how many recurring payments do you have to Apple, Mark? I mean, I think at any given time we all have multiple ones, right?
I mean, I don't have Apple One. I don't subscribe to that. I'm still on my Apple TV Plus free trial. I do the annual plan for Apple Music, so that's $100 a month instead of the 10 times 12. So if you pay 1 year in advance, you save $20 a year. And then I pay for, I believe it's 200 gigabytes a month of iCloud storage, so that's $3. So on average, probably under $15 a month for my Apple services. But I don't have Apple Arcade on a monthly. I've tried them all and used them all intermittently as needed to understand what's going on. And I actually have been paying for my phones outright. So I haven't been using the installment plans because me personally, up until this point, I found it easier to buy the phone outright, and then when the new phone comes out, actually trade in the phone for the new one, because they do have pretty good value on those.